Barnabas Health. Life is better, healthy.
What are the differences between processed foods and whole foods? Here's some peaches and a box of mac and cheese. Which is better for us to eat? Listen, that's kind of an easy one, I guess, right? Most of us know that fresh fruit is better for us than mac and cheese. But do you know why? Let's take a look at the ingredients in mac and cheese. Now, can you pronounce all of those words? I didn't think so, because I sure can't. Now, let's look at the peaches. What's in here? There are no other ingredients here, just the peach. Peaches are a whole food. You eat them in the same form as they're grown. I can point to my food and know exactly what it is. Processed foods, on the other hand, are foods like mac and cheese that are not naturally found in nature. Foods get processed at factories to make them easier and quicker to eat. But often that means adding a lot of ingredients, and unfortunately, some of them unhealthy. For the most part, if something comes in a box or a can, it's a processed food. We want to limit the amount of processed foods we eat and choose whole foods as much as possible. Let's learn a little more about why processed foods are not as healthy as whole foods. What I want to talk about today is in the world of food, right? There's so much processed food.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, there's so much beautiful, wholesome, nutritious whole foods.
Exactly.
Can we talk about some of the processed food that are so abundant that people on a daily basis, they just gravitate towards and grab?
Sure. Well, what happens when we take a perfectly good whole food from nature and take it to the factory, they want to make sure that it stays on the shelf longer. So what they do is they take all of the good stuff out of it, and they end up putting things into it to preserve it for longer shelf life.
But there's also a lot of added fats. And
Exactly, yeah, there's something called a trans fat, which it's kind of messing up a good fat in the factory by hydrogenating it so that it stands longer on the shelf. They've added hydrogens back in it. They've hydrogenated that unsaturated fat, and it is now going to stand longer on the shelf. It's not going to go bad as easily.
So as a chef, when I'm in my restaurant cooking for my clients, I only use whole food. I don't use any processed food in the restaurants. And when I'm cooking at home, I bring home that same mentality. I don't have any processed foods in my house. I keep it about whole foods. And so what I'd love to do is tell you a dish that I want to make here for you guys, and you tell me if I'm on track.
You got it.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a beautiful chicken breast and just rub it, marinate in a little olive oil, some sea salt, and we're going to grill that. And then I did a vegetable dirty rice.
Wow, sounds awesome. It's a balanced meal, has all whole foods, no processed foods, no preservatives. I'm hungry.
Good, let's eat. So now we're talking whole foods. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of whole foods, much more so than processed food, because we just don't need processed foods in our body. I've prepared this wonderful baked chicken dish with some fresh peaches and zucchini, and it's really easy to make. It's simple, it's fast, and it's fresh. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. We start off with 2 beautiful free-range chicken breasts. We're just gonna season them with a little salt and a little fresh cracked black pepper, right? And then also, just to have a little fun, I like to take a little olive oil and just kind of coat them nicely, give them a little pat, get everybody happy there. And then for the next steps, all you would do is take these chicken breasts, put them onto a baking sheet, put them into a saute pan, preheat the oven to about 375, and just slip them right into the oven, I would say for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. And now while that's cooking, we can start to cut our fruit and vegetables. We're just gonna hold the peach. We're gonna cut up some zucchini. We're gonna finish it with some basil. We take our zucchini here, and we're gonna quarter it. And then we're gonna do that again. And now we're just gonna make little fingers. So we have our peaches, we have our zucchini, and then all you would do, toss them into the bowl, just the peaches, just the zucchini, a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and while your chicken's roasting in the oven, you can just put these onto another sheet pan and roast them side by side. In here, I have some brown rice, and then I just have some mirepoix, which is onions, carrots, celery, really any kind of vegetables that just offer some great flavor. And then what I like to do is just take some fresh basil and just shuck it right from the stem. And then for this part, you don't even need a knife. Just tear it up. Bring the family in there, everybody tear up some basil. And this is a great dish to serve for the whole family, and everybody is really gonna love this one. Fresh flavors, all whole foods, no processed foods. Baked chicken with roasted peaches and zucchini.
Barnabas Health. Life is better, healthy.